Last month, when a UK police officer seized a Cybertruck near Manchester, the electric vehicle community was stunned. However, what makes this incident intriguing is that it wasn't merely about missing paperwork. Having dedicated years to studying EV regulations, I can assure you this isn't just another headline about the Cybertruck. Instead, it underscores fundamental engineering choices that render Tesla's newest model outright illegal on UK roads. To provide some perspective before we delve deeper, consider this astonishing fact. The Cybertruck weighs in at 6,198 lb. This isn't merely about being heavy, it's actually beyond the legal weight limit for the vast majority of UK drivers. I imagine what you're thinking. Can't Tesla just fix this and comply? If only solving this issue were as simple as that. The truth, however, is much more complex. We're facing 5 fundamental engineering decisions that directly conflict with UK safety regulations, and Tesla's engineers were fully aware of this from the outset. You'll also find the offhand remark made by Tesla's VP about the chosen steel quite telling. So let's dive into the details, everyone. We'll begin with the most obvious problem: the sharp edges. UK law mandates that any protruding parts have at least a 3.2mm rounded edge. Yet the Cybertruck stands as a prime example of sharp angles, a nightmare for any geometry teacher. This isn't merely about aesthetics. In 2023, the UK witnessed more than 16,000 pedestrian collisions. The rounded edges typical on other vehicles are specifically designed to enhance pedestrian safety during impacts. However, here's the overlooked aspect. These edges aren't just stylistic choices. They're crucial to the Cybertruck's exoskeleton framework. The angular design supports the vehicle's structural integrity. Altering these sharp edges would fundamentally compromise the unibody's design. When you compare this to a standard car's front end, you'll find layers designed for deformation. In contrast, the Cybertruck's edges act as structural supports, and any modifications would require a complete overhaul of how pressure is managed throughout the vehicle. But here's the kicker. Tesla has patented this very edge design in a market where employing it is unequivocally illegal. The front edge incorporates 7 unique impact points, all of which would necessitate rethinking. We're not merely talking about minor tweaks. We're considering a complete redesign that would ultimately transform the Cybertruck into an entirely new vehicle. Remember the excitement surrounding those sleek LED light bars on the Cybertruck? Here's the catch. They're not compliant with UK lighting regulations at all. Let's take a moment to delve into the specifics. UK laws specify exact levels for brightness, precise placement, and visibility angles for vehicle lights. However, the Cybertruck's uninterrupted LED bar breaches 6 different regulatory requirements. Traditional vehicles use separate light units for good reason. Research indicates that each lighting function, be it indicators, brake lights, or running lights, must have distinct positioning and spacing. The Cybertruck's all-in-one design, while visually appealing, results in significant visibility issues from various angles. And here's an intriguing twist. The software-driven lighting system, although cutting-edge, lacks the necessary backup systems that UK law mandates. Should the central computer fail, you'd essentially be driving an invisible vehicle. The most intriguing thing is that Tesla patented designs for UK-compliant lighting, but chose not to use them. Adapting the Cybertruck to meet these standards isn't as simple as swapping out bulbs. It requires substantial structural changes to both the front and back of the vehicle, potentially costing around $155,000 per unit. And that's assuming you can even modify the steel body at all. Let's discuss the steel. Tesla's VP proudly highlighted the use of 30x cold-rolled stainless steel, which may sound impressive. However, here's the catch. In a collision, you don't want a car to be as unyielding as a tank. For the science enthusiasts, here's the explanation. Standard car bodies are designed to crumple, much like an accordion, to absorb crash energy. Tesla's 30x steel, on the other hand, is approximately 3 times tougher than standard car steel. In the UK, this isn't merely a unique selling point, it's a critical safety concern. So, should car manufacturers be allowed to experiment with design, or should safety regulations always take precedence? What's your perspective on vehicle safety features? Do you have any insights? Share them in the comments below. Standard car. Steel is designed to deform upon impact, managing energy by bending and crumpling. In contrast, the truck's steel remains firm until it unexpectedly gives way, transferring crash energy directly into the passenger area. UK safety standards, developed over many years of research, dictate how vehicles should respond in collisions. However, the Cybertruck's exoskeleton design essentially disregards this rulebook. Here's the twist. Tesla is fully aware of this, but probably never intended to sell the Cybertruck in the UK. Internal documents indicate they considered using steel that would comply with regulations but opted against it, prioritizing the vehicle's appearance. The steel wasn't just about durability, it was about making a bold statement. That was their goal, a significant visual impact. Yet, in the UK, this means, sorry, you can't legally drive this on our roads. Remember the weight mentioned earlier? The Cyberbeast model tips the scales at 6,198 lb, or 3.1 tons. Here's why that figure matters. In the UK, if you passed your driving test after 1997, you need a special license for vehicles exceeding 3.5 tons. You might think, but 3.1 tons is below 3.5, and you'd be right, until you load up with passengers, luggage, and that hefty steel body. Tesla boasts that a simple family outing to Cornwall could land you in illegal territory. Now, let's examine what happens when you combine that weight with instant torque. The Cybertruck can hit 60 mph in just 2.6 seconds, placing it in supercar performance territory. Yet it weighs as much as two Hondas combined. Here's a direct quote for you. The Cybertruck is an over 6,000 lb piece of steel that has no business going a 1/4 mile in under 11 seconds. Consider this. UK road lanes are typically 3 min wide, while the Cybertruck spans 2.2 min. That leaves you with a mere 40 centimeters of clearance on each side. Imagine navigating that bulk through the narrow historic streets of British towns. Standard vehicles have crumple zones that deform 70 to 100 millimeters in a crash, but the Cybertruck's exoskeleton design fundamentally alters this safety principle. Let's examine a standard vehicle crash test. Can you see how the front end progressively collapses? Most of you probably understand that this is intentional. It absorbs energy that would otherwise reach the passengers. Now observe the Cybertruck tests. Do you notice anything different? The exoskeleton design causes impact forces to travel differently, leading to rigid body displacement instead of controlled deformation. In engineering terms, that's akin to turning a crash cushion into a battering ram. What truly concerns safety engineers, however, is that it's not solely about the occupants of the Cybertruck. Just consider the consequences when this 3.1-ton rigid structure collides with a standard UK vehicle. European vehicle standards were developed through decades of research and thousands of crash tests. They're based on a principle of mutual compatibility. Vehicles that protect both their occupants and others on the road. However, in a collision, the Cybertruck's mass and rigidity create forces that most UK vehicles simply aren't designed to withstand. We're talking about impact forces up to 50% higher than in typical vehicle-to-vehicle collisions. Currently, Tesla holds approximately 10 to 12% of the UK's electric vehicle market. This ban is more than a PR disaster, in my opinion. It's a strategic business decision. Last year, the UK's EV market grew by 31%, with new registrations surpassing 320,000. An interesting point about pickup trucks is that they constitute less than 1% of all vehicle sales in the UK, which is quite minimal. This isn't like Texas or Australia. We tend to prefer hatchbacks and compact SUVs here. How well do you think American vehicle designs suit UK roads? And the true winners in this situation are European manufacturers, who have been quietly observing this development. Consider what Volkswagen and BMW are currently doing. While Tesla was designing the Cybertruck to meet US regulations, European manufacturers were creating vehicles specifically for our market. Even the Hyundai Ioniq 5 prioritized UK and EU regulations. The numbers reveal an intriguing story. Tesla's potential market loss, a conservative estimate, suggests about 450 million in lost sales over the next 3 years. While that's not colossal, it's likely not the full picture. Furthermore, there's a truth that remains unaddressed. The Cybertruck isn't merely banned in the UK, it's facing similar obstacles throughout Europe. This isn't just a single market issue, it offers a glimpse into the future of global EV regulations. While Tesla was pushing boundaries with the Cybertruck, they were also challenging decades of safety research and regulatory evolution. Sometimes innovation means knowing which rules to break and which ones exist for very good reasons. What fascinates me most about this situation is that Tesla may have inadvertently done the UK EV market a huge favor by dramatically highlighting these safety standards.